Hello, my wonderful viewers. If you're looking for a deeper dive into lecture 2, you're in the right place. In this follow up, I've packed in more scenarios and examples to help clarify those tricky concepts, whether you're still wrapping your head around the material or just want a fresh perspective. This video is for you. And if you're already confident in your understanding, feel free to move on to the next lecture. Don't forget to subscribe so I can keep bringing you more free law courses like this one. Let's get started. The philosophical maze of law. The confusion is real. The world of law can sometimes feel like a whirlwind of legal jargon, courtroom drama, and practical case solving. But there's a side of law that digs much deeper into the why behind all those rules. Welcome to the confusing yet fascinating realm of jurisprudence. More and more students are finding themselves drawn into courses that explore the philosophy of law, hoping to unravel its mysteries. Yet many feel let down when they realize that instead of practical knowledge, they are getting abstract discussions about morality, justice, and legal theory. Picture this: Sarah, an eager first-year law student, starts her journey into the legal world with visions of courtroom battles and defending clients. She signs up for a course in legal philosophy, ready to learn how laws can change society. But instead of real world solutions, she's met with discussions about ancient philosophers like H.L.A. Hart and Austin. What is law, and how does morality intersect with justice? Are the questions thrown at her. While intellectually stimulating, it feels distant from the legal world she imagined. Imagine sitting in a class being asked to debate if law should reflect morality, when all you want is to understand how to help your future clients. Sarah, like many, begins to wonder, how does all this theory relate to the real world law she was so excited about? Jurisprudence against the other legal subjects. The challenge of abstraction. Unlike the practical rule, heavy courses like contract or criminal law, jurisprudence takes students on a much more philosophical journey. In a contract law class, you learn what makes a contract binding, armed with clear examples like a business deal gone wrong. You see the law in action, solving problems that affect everyday people. Now, switch to a jurisprudence class. Instead of rules, you're diving into big existential questions like, why should people obey the law? Or what is the nature of justice. It's a step back from real world application and more of an exploration into the heart of legal systems. Imagine this scenario. You're discussing a case in criminal law where someone committed a crime under extreme circumstances, and the debate revolves around whether or not they should be excused. In jurisprudence, you're stepping back even further. What is punishment for? Is it about justice or is it about reform? It's an entirely different mental exercise, one that feels less immediate but much more foundational to understanding the broader world of law. Jurisprudence, the father of all laws. As Adaramola puts it, jurisprudence is like the father of all other areas of law. Why it doesn't hand you clear-cut rules like property or criminal law, it provides the critical thinking framework for understanding why those laws exist in the first place. Imagine stepping into your property law class. You're learning about land ownership, tenant rights, and the specific rules that help resolve disputes. It's practical, easy to grasp, and immediately applicable. Now, step into jurisprudence class where the professor asks you, what does it mean to own something? Is ownership a natural right or is it just a social construct? It's less about the technicalities and more about the deeper philosophical questions that underpin the very idea of law. Jurisprudence can be challenging because it's not as straightforward, but just as a strong foundation is crucial for a building, understanding the underlying principles of law strengthens your ability to engage with all other areas of legal study. The ever expanding scope of jurisprudence. Jurisprudence doesn't just investigate law, it interrogates it. This subject ventures into abstract, general, and theoretical territories, trying to uncover the core principles that define legal systems. Is not concerned with specific rules, but with questions like, what is the nature of a legal rule and why do laws exist? Imagine you're in a criminal law class learning about the rules for crimes like theft or assault. It's clear and practical. Now shift to jurisprudence. You're asked, why do we punish people? Is punishment about justice or deterrence? Is not about the application of law, but about the philosophical inquiry behind why these systems of punishment exist in the first place. Picture this: a highly publicized trial ends with a controversial sentence, and the public is in uproar. In a traditional law class, you discuss the legal rules that led to the decision. In a jurisprudence class, you go further. Is this law just? Should laws always reflect the moral compass of society? These are the types of deeper questions jurisprudence encourages you to explore. The value of jurisprudence, critical thinking meets legal insight. Despite its abstract nature, jurisprudence offers something that other legal subjects don't: a chance to think critically about the nature and purpose of law in society. Imagine you're in a contract law class, learning the practicalities of what makes an agreement binding. You're dealing with clear rules and real world applications. Now, step into a jurisprudence class. Here, you're not just learning the rules, you're questioning the essence of those rules. What does it mean to have ownership? Is it fair for companies to own data about people's private lives in this digital age? Jurisprudence pushes students to think bigger, to question the role of law not just as a tool to solve disputes, but as a powerful force that shapes society. It opens up new perspectives, allowing students to see law not just as a technical skill, but as an evolving dynamic system that reflects human behavior, societal values, and ethical principles. By studying jurisprudence, you gain a broader lens through which to view the law, making it more than a set of rules. It becomes a vital part of the fabric that holds society together. Through this critical thinking, you'll be able to engage with law on a deeper level, understanding its role in shaping the world we live in. In law, scholars who focus on the science of law approach it through objective, systematic analysis. They may collect data, test hypotheses, and observe legal phenomena to arrive at conclusions about how laws function in practice. The philosophy of law represents a more abstract conceptual approach to understanding law, much like exploring the emotional depth and cultural significance of a symphony. This branch of jurisprudence focuses on fundamental questions. What is the purpose of law? Why does it exist? These are the types of questions scholars engage with when they ponder the nature of justice, morality, and rights within a legal system. Legal theory. Legal theory delves into the frameworks and models that guide how laws operate. Just as different musical theories like minimalism or atonality offer distinct ways to understand music composition. Legal theory helps scholars understand the principles behind legal systems. It may look at how laws evolve, the nature of rights, or how legal institutions shape societal order. Jurisprudence as the grammar of law. Kayode Esho, a prominent scholar, likened jurisprudence to the grammar of law. Think of learning a language. You can't just memorize sentences. You need to understand grammar, the foundational rules that allow you to construct meaningful sentences. Similarly, jurisprudence helps us understand the rules and principles that form the foundation of legal reasoning. Without this foundation, it's difficult to comprehend how various legal disciplines like criminal law or contract law fit together. Jerome Hall and Cohen's distinction between jurisprudence and legal theory. Scholars like Jerome Hall and Cohen have attempted to draw a line between jurisprudence and legal theory. Hall viewed jurisprudence as dealing with the ultimate conception of law, asking big questions about what law is and why we have it. On the other hand, legal theory focuses on the general principles of specific areas of law, such as criminal law or torts. Legal theory, for instance, might ask, what is theft? What qualifies as theft under different legal systems? However, there's a blurred line. Positivism, a concept within jurisprudence, argues that law is a system of rules that should be applied without regard to morality. This overlap creates areas where both jurisprudence and legal theory explore the same issues, though from different angles. Legal theory might analyze how a law functions, while jurisprudence asks why that law exists in the first place. Northrop's philosophy of law. The philosophy of law, much like jurisprudence, asks why questions, but from a philosophical viewpoint. Scholar Northrop emphasized that having a clear philosophy of law helps clarify and justify legal reasoning. Without this, understanding law is akin to following a recipe without knowing why certain ingredients are used together. A clear philosophy of law helps us not only apply the law, but also to understand its deeper significance. Jurisprudence versus other law subjects. Jurisprudence stands apart from practical legal subjects like contract law or tort law. While those fields focus on specific cases, precedents, and judicial decisions, jurisprudence focuses on the underlying principles and concepts that guide legal systems. Think of practical law subjects as the mechanics of driving a car, while jurisprudence is like learning how the engine works. Both are important, but jurisprudence gives you a deeper understanding of the law's purpose and function. While terms like the science of law, philosophy of law, and legal theory may seem different, they all contribute to the broader understanding of jurisprudence. Each offers a unique perspective on how we understand and interpret the law, just like appreciating music requires understanding its various genres. Appreciating law requires understanding the different approaches within jurisprudence. The philosophy and science of law. Jurisprudence, often referred to as the philosophy of law, explores critical reflections on the nature, functions, and reasoning behind law. This subject delves into how law has evolved, its societal role, and the potential for reform, making it a pivotal area for understanding the deeper aspects of legal systems. The philosophy behind jurisprudence. Imagine a chef running a restaurant daily. The chef focuses on preparing food, following recipes, and managing the kitchen. This represents practical legal work. However, the chef also reflects on the broader philosophy behind culinary experience, such as the role of food in culture or how to innovate dishes, akin to jurisprudence, just as a chef contemplates the deeper meaning and evolution of their craft. Jurisprudence analyzes the broader legal concepts, societal roles, and reforms within the law. This is why it's often seen as the philosophy of law, focusing not just on law's practical application, but on its deeper societal functions and the potential for improvement. Jurisprudence as a science of law. Think of jurisprudence as both philosophy and science. Just like a chef might study food science, to understand why ingredients work together at a molecular level. A legal scholar studies the underlying principles and theories that govern legal systems. This scientific aspect of jurisprudence involves exploring the laws that are universally applicable across all legal systems, merging philosophical insights with empirical evidence. Let's compare it to different fields: cooking versus food science. A chef may follow recipes like applying Lego rules, but understanding food science reveals the deeper interactions of ingredients, akin to studying jurisprudence. Sports training versus sports science. An athlete may train to improve performance, but sports science studies the body's response to training, much like jurisprudence studies the broader principles behind specific laws. The challenge of defining jurisprudence. Defining jurisprudence is complex. It involves the analysis and clarification of legal concepts, much like simplifying difficult subjects in other fields, such as quantum physics or medical terminology. The role of jurisprudence writer is similar to a teacher who breaks down complicated subjects for students, or a doctor explaining complex diagnosis in simple terms. Jurisprudence writers help resolve confusion and synthesize ideas to make the intricate nature of legal theories accessible. Complementary perspective in jurisprudence. Warham, a notable scholar, suggested that the different traditional answers to defining jurisprudence are not in conflict but complement each other. Consider this through different analogies. Medicine, endocrinologists, nutritionists, and psychologists offer complementary approaches to managing diabetes. Similarly, jurisprudence intersects with history, sociology, and economics to provide a comprehensive understanding of law. Literature, analyzing a novel like Kill Mockingbird from various perspectives: historical, psychological, feminist, enriches understanding. Likewise, different approaches in jurisprudence collectively enhance the overall study of law. The broader role of jurisprudence in society. Lord Radcliffe emphasized that understanding law involves more than just legal rules. It's about considering connections to disciplines like history, economics, and sociology, as these areas influence how laws are shaped and applied. Understanding jurisprudence requires exploring the philosophical, historical, and social context of law. Imagine studying climate change. To grasp the full picture, you need to consider scientific data, history, and social factors. Similarly, jurisprudence requires looking at law from multiple perspectives to appreciate its role in shaping and being shaped by society. Jurisprudence goes beyond the daily application of law. It is both a philosophy and a science that investigates the fundamental principles behind legal systems. By understanding the intersection of law with other fields and its broader societal implications, we gain a deeper appreciation for how law evolves and functions. This holistic view is essential for those seeking to understand or reform legal systems. In today's complex world, the role and importance of jurisprudence in legal practice. Jurisprudence is not just a theoretical exploration of law, but a vital aspect that enriches our understanding of legal systems, guiding how law is interpreted, applied, and developed. This lecture explores the essence of jurisprudence, its impact on critical thinking, and its role in shaping legal thought and practice. Jurisprudence, the foundation of legal understanding. Jurisprudence allows us to grasp the essence of law, tracing its origin, examining its applications, and determining how it should function. It provides a framework to ask fundamental legal questions and address societal concerns through law. By studying related disciplines, jurisprudence gives scholars and practitioners the tools needed to understand complex legal issues. Analogy: imagine operating a high tech robot in a manufacturing plant without understanding the engineering principles behind it. Without that knowledge, troubleshooting or even efficient use becomes impossible. Similarly, jurisprudence serves as the foundational knowledge for understanding complex legal concepts, ensuring the legal system operates coherently. Jurisprudence and critical thinking. One of the most profound contributions of jurisprudence is its role in fostering critical thinking. Freud emphasized that jurisprudence encourages students to approach law with a critical mindset rather than relying on rote learning. This reflective aspect makes jurisprudence a vital academic discipline. Analogy: think of a chef using advanced cooking techniques like sous vide without understanding the science behind cooking, such as how temperature affects texture. the chef would struggle to achieve the desired results. Jurisprudence similarly teaches legal practitioners to think deeply about the law's function and meaning. Jurisprudence providing coherence to law. Jurisprudence offers the scientific and philosophical foundations that explain and clarify complex legal concepts, such as unilateral contracts or criminal liability. Without jurisprudence, these legal branches will lose coherence. Analogy: when building a house, architects rely on foundational principles of structural engineering. Without this knowledge, the stability of the house would be compromised. Jurisprudence provides the legal field with similar stability, ensuring that different branches of law, like criminal and contract law, function effectively and coherently. Jurisprudence as a self reflective discipline. Jurisprudence is not only a study of law, but also a self reflective inquiry. It examines its own principles and assumptions, making it essential for lawyers and scholars to assess and refine legal arguments critically. This reflective aspect allows legal professionals to approach law as both an academic and practical discipline. Analogy: a psychologist conducting research must critically assess the theories they use, questioning their validity. Jurisprudence performs a similar function for legal scholars, helping them question and refine legal principles and their application in real world scenarios. Unconscious application of jurisprudence in legal practice. Even without explicitly studying jurisprudential theories, legal practitioners apply its reasoning in legal arguments, legislative debates, and court decisions. Jurisprudence shapes legal thought and practice by instilling principles like justice, fairness, and legal consistency. Analogy: consider a manager implementing a new policy without formal knowledge of management theory. They instinctively apply principles of fairness and consistency, learn from experience. Similarly, lawyers may not consciously invoke jurisprudence, but still rely on its underlying principles in their practice. The unseen influence of jurisprudence. Just as an artist might intuitively apply principles of color theory and composition without formally studying them, legal practitioners unconsciously use principles rooted in jurisprudence. They guide their decisions based on fairness, justice, and coherence, reflecting the unseen influence of jurisprudential reasoning on legal practice. Analogy: a customer service representative without formal conflict resolution training will apply empathy and fairness to resolve an issue. In law, these unconscious applications of jurisprudence ensure that legal reasoning remains sound and just. In conclusion, jurisprudence is more than an abstract discipline. It serves as the bedrock of legal understanding, fostering critical thinking, providing coherence, and shaping the practice of law, even unconsciously. By studying and engaging with jurisprudence, legal professionals are better equipped to navigate the complexities of the law and its application in society. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you always stay updated on my latest content. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to bring you even more free law course videos. See you next time. Bye.